Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you exactly how to edit your mobile and tablet view for Aspire Builder. So we have, of course, desktop design, but also, as well as tablet and mobile view. So a lot of the times people will get a little confused with the tablet and mobile view because it ports over a little bit differently in that like the way the design looks ports over differently than desktop, but it's really simple to edit. It might seem a little confusing at first, but that's why I've put together this training so that you can understand exactly how to edit in mobile and tablet. So real quick, I'm going to just put together a little intro video to play, and then I will hop right into the training. Okay, all right, so let me share my screen. All right, so this is the website I'm going to use as my example for showing you guys how to edit the mobile view. So what you want to do is you want to first make sure that you're pretty much done designing your desktop view. This is a client of ours who is on Aspire Builder. She gave me permission to use her website as an example. So I'm just going to do the home page as an example. So she designed her desktop view. She's done, and I think it's really cute. I love her branding. But anyway, she's done with the desktop. Okay, so she, like I said, I would recommend doing mobile and tablet once you're done designing basically the whole site. So once everything is set, then you want to go in and mobile optimize. So I'm going to do the home page for her, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So as you can see, like this block right here, this is called a block. This whole area right here is one block. This is a block with what's called two columns. So there's this column and then there's this column. You can even move the column left to right to make more space or whatever, but this is her first block. Now when I pull up mobile view, you're going to see that it might look a little bit different on mobile view. So the way we're going to edit mobile is we're going to click here on phone view. Do not worry about clicking tablet view. Tablet is going to be mobile, so if that makes sense. Basically, when people show up on their tablets or iPads, it's going to naturally show the mobile version. So whatever you're editing on mobile, it's going to automatically show up on tablet as well. So you really do not even need to click tablet view unless you want to just look at it. But you don't even need to edit tablet view. You just need to edit desktop and mobile. And of course, like I said, do desktop first everywhere. Make sure that you have everything ready for the most part, and then you're going to do mobile view. Okay, so the thing about this is when you do mobile view, after we're done, and I'm going to show you, once you're done with mobile view, you will from now on, you will need to always update your mobile view. So because the desktop view will be different than the mobile, because there's going to be two separate designs. You're going to have your desktop design, and then you're going to have your mobile design. So basically, you'll want to, every time you change anything on your site, like your desktop view, if you ever change anything on desktop, you need to always, always, always make sure that you go on mobile view and also update that on mobile view, because they will be two separate designs. You're going to have blocks that are only showing on mobile that don't show on desktop, and this just allows it to where your mobile is a lot more customized for people, so that it's really optimized for people who are on their mobile phone, because naturally desktop and mobile, they're two different shapes, you know what I mean? So it's not always going to look the same. So that's why we have a custom mobile design. So I'm going to hop right into this. Oh, and just to let you know, the header and the footer will always be the same for every page on your site. As far as mobile, the header you won't need to worry about, but the footer we will edit. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go click ahead on phone view. All right, so this is what it's going to look like on phone right now. So if they pulled up to her homepage right now and clicked on, and they were on their phone, this is how they would see it. So like I said, the header is pretty much done. It's just has like a 3 lines menu, and then it's when you click on it, it's going to pull up the menu. But everything else is, this is how it shows. Okay, so it looks a little different. These are the blocks that were hidden on her actual desktop view. She has these blocks hidden. And then see how this is like kind of like smushed up. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this mobile version for her. So this is how we're going to do this, and you're going to do this to basically any page on your site. So if you wanted to keep, so this is the way, this is the block. See how I said on the first page how there was that block, the 2-column block? That's what this one is. So where this purple line is on the left-hand side, that's one whole block, okay? And then this is one whole block. And then this is one whole block. Oops, this one, okay? So see how the purple line is like that. A trick to help you know like what's desktop and what's mobile is if, and I'll show you in a second what it will look like with mobile, but basically the way I know that this is what's seen on desktop is because it doesn't say, it'll say like right here in purple, it'll say mobile only, and there'll be a purple line across one side of the block and the other side of the block, there'll be a purple line. So this block we don't want to edit or delete, or else it's going to show on desktop. Like, does that make sense? So if I edited this and changed this up, it's going to also change that on desktop because this block is the desktop version. Okay, so right now we're seeing the desktop version on mobile for this block and all the other blocks too. But this block is desktop version. So the way we want to make this for mobile only, we want to make a mobile only version because this looks a little weird. I don't know why the photo has this, you know, space of color right there, and it's just a little spaced out and kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of have to do this one a little bit differently than I would do all the other ones because this one has a weird background color. So before I get started with this one, I'm going to show you guys like just a regular block, okay? So say I want to make the words on this bigger, I want to just kind of change this up just a little bit. The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to highlight over this block, highlight over block, and I'm going to click copy. Okay, so I'm going to copy this widget, which is this container block, whatever you want to call it. They call it a container in the widgets, like right here it says container, but really that's a block. Okay, so this is a block. I'm going to copy it, and then when I press copy, look at this little circle. This is the little clipboard. So it's going to copy it to this clipboard, and you'll see it like bounce. So as soon as I click copy, see how it bounced like that? That means it's now added into the clipboard. So now what I want to do is I want to actually get that container, which is this block that I just copied, and I want to drag it underneath right there. Make sure you see the purple line. Drag it underneath the block that is desktop version. And now see this one says mobile only. So if I add, you know, a new widget or a new container or anything to this mobile view, then it's going to make it only. Meaning if someone was on their phone right now, they would see both of these. Does that make sense? Because I haven't hidden the desktop version yet. And now there's also a mobile version. But if they saw this on desktop, they wouldn't see this one because this one only shows up on mobile. So what I'm going to do now that I have this mobile version, now I'm just going to hide. See how it says show/hide this container on phones. So I don't want this one to show on phones or tablets. I don't want to delete this block because then I would delete it on desktop. So I want to hide this on mobile and tablet because I only want them to see this version because I made a mobile only version. Okay, so now I can just edit this however I want because it's not going to affect desktop. It's just going to show what it's going to look like for someone on mobile. So I might just make these words a little bit smaller. Let's see, I need to change Carto. What is this font called? Carto Regular? Okay. Carto Regular and put it at 32. Okay. So, and then I might want to take some of that space out of here. Maybe delete a little bit of that space. Okay, so there's mobile for this block. And then I'm going to click Save Changes. Okay, so that's how I'm going to pretty much do all the other blocks that I want to change. Maybe there's some blocks that you don't want to have a mobile version for because it looks fine and you can just keep it for desktop. Then you know if you edit, like, for example, say I keep this block, the one about this is increase energy, hormones, and heal your gut. This one looks pretty normal and fine. Like, I really don't need to make a mobile version of this block. So I'll just keep it like this. I don't need a mobile only version of this one. So now I know when I edit this block on desktop, so when I go back to desktop over here and I edit these words, if I ever want to change something on here, I know that I don't need to go edit this one in mobile because the mobile version shares the desktop version, if that makes sense. Now, if I had created this, like now, for example, if I change the words on the one I just made a mobile version for, which is this quote right here, say I change this quote, then once I change it, it's not going to, here, let me just give you guys an example and move beyond managing. Let me just erase symptoms or managing, I don't know, your problems. I'm just doing this as an example. I'm going to fix that. So say I changed a word, okay, and I click Save Changes. Now, when I go on mobile, you see the symptoms is still there. I need to go make sure that I edit the mobile only view to say your problems because it's showing on desktop. If I unhide the desktop one, see, it ports over. This is the desktop version I just edited. But we want it to look like this one. So I would just keep that hidden and just go edit your word right here in the mobile only and make sure it's updated, okay? But I'm going to go fix that so that it doesn't say that anymore. Just giving an example. Okay. So let me do the rest. So I'll keep this one the same. See, now this one looks a little weird because her picture got cut off. So what I'm going to do, since I don't want it to look like that, I'm going to copy this one. So this block, see this where it says this purple line? It's basically before this part, okay? So I'm going to copy this block, copy, okay? And then I'm going to scroll down to where I want to put the new one because I want to put it under that block. I'm going to grab this container. It's the most recent one that you copied. Put it under this block. Okay, so now this one is mobile only, so now I know, okay, I'm going to go hide my desktop version now so that I don't delete it because I don't want it to mess up the desktop version, but I don't want to use this one for mobile. So I'm going to hide this, and now I'm going to edit the mobile only. Now, if you have a background photo, which she used this as her background photo on there's basically on the mobile, on the desktop version, this is a block with 2 columns. So this is one column, this picture which is the background photo of this column. This is the second column on the desktop version. So I'm going to add a spacer widget to this part of the block so that we can add some space to make sure this picture isn't so cut off. So I'm going to find my spacer, drag it into this part of the column. Now see, the spacer's right here. So now I can make some space, there we go, so that her picture is not getting cut off, okay? So now it looks a lot better. You can see the cool picture that she has. She can, you know, change this up, make the font bigger if she wanted, or smaller, whatever she wants to do. Just keep these fonts the same. But yeah, so now that is designed for that one. Okay, so that's the hidden one. That's the one that's desktop version. Okay, I'm going to click Save Changes. So that's what I'm going to do for that one, and then I'm going to look down here. Do I need to, you know, edit any of these ones to make them mobile only? But I feel like these ones look pretty fine for desktop. Like, I really don't need to make these separate, like mobile versions. But at least now you guys get the point of, you know, making a mobile version if it looks really weird or doesn't look good. So I think I'm definitely going to need to do it to this footer, okay, because these are all messed up. And it's all kind of like mixed up. So yeah, I'm going to edit this footer. So I don't want to edit this version, right, because this is desktop, and I don't want to mess up the desktop layout and way it looks. So I'm going to copy this block, scroll down to where I want to put it. I'm going to grab it right here. I'm going to drag it to the bottom underneath the desktop version. Here it is now. Now this is the mobile one. See, mobile only, and it's got the two purple lines. So now I'm going to go hide this desktop version. Okay, so now I can play around and do what I want with this one. So I think I'm gonna make it align to the no, okay. The picture is a little bit wide, so I can't really do what I want to do. Okay, I'm just playing around. I'm gonna probably put the menu underneath that picture. There we go. And then this should be at the very bottom of the site. So I will move this down here. Maybe add some space. Pull it down a little. Maybe add some more space underneath it so it's not super at the bottom. Okay. Pull that up a little bit. You can make this a little bit smaller so it's not super big. Space. But yeah, you just design it however you feel it needs to be designed so that it looks right to you and it's in the correct order. This 24. Okay, so I'm gonna click save. So now the beauty of me updating this footer on mobile is that now every other page on this site, I don't have to edit the footer on mobile, because the way the footer works is it just automatically is ported over to every page. So now when I look at mobile version on the about page or the contact or another page that I'm designing, I don't need to redesign the footer, because the footer mobile version, how it says mobile only, will automatically be updated for every other page now. So I don't even need to worry about editing this footer ever again for mobile, unless I wanted to edit it for some reason. But it will always port over, it will always copy over to any other page. So yeah, basically any blocks that you feel are not looking right on mobile and you don't like the way that they're designed because it's the same as desktop, that's why you would copy the block and add that new block for a mobile only block, and you would hide the desktop block so that it looks correct. Now let me fix this top one right here, because this one looks a little weird. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 blocks. I'm going to create one with just her picture and then one with the words. So I'm going to obviously end up hiding this desktop version. But before I do that, because I want to copy over some of these things that are in this block, I'm going to, before I hide it, I'm going to go ahead and add these blocks. So I'm going to go to widgets, add widget, and I'm going to add a container. So this will be an empty block basically that I'm adding right now. So it has this background because she has, I believe on her color palette, she has her background, her color palette, her background color is this color right here. So that's why it's showing this color as the background color instead of white, because she set this color for her background color. But because we want it to be white, like the way it's designed on the home page and stuff for the desktop, I'm going to go ahead and click block, block, background color, and then I'm going to pick white. So now this block is white. Now I want to add a photo, so I'm going to go back to widgets, add image, I'm going to add that here in this block. And then on my photo, and it's the one of her smiling. Yeah, it's this one. This is the one on the home page. So I'm going to use this one, select. Now I can go ahead and like drag this photo out to be a little bit wider. Okay. And then, so there's the first half. So now I'm going to add another one. Or, you know what, I don't even need to add another block. I can just add these underneath it. So I'm going to click copy heading. So I'm going to copy this heading. And I'm going to add it right here underneath. Pull this down a little bit. The words are obviously way too big. So I'm going to play with the size. Maybe move the space between these. Oops. So it's not so spread apart. Okay, and then what else? Okay, there's a spacer right here. Copy text, and then I'll copy this text, and I'll copy this button. So they're all getting saved in here. So I did the first text goes right here. Just pull it down a little bit. The second text that I copied goes underneath that. And then the button is the last thing that I copied. All right, let me make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so see, this is a mobile-only view now of the way that this block looks, right? This is the desktop version. It just doesn't look right on mobile for some reason. So now I'm going to hide the desktop version of that. Okay, so that's hidden now, and now mobile only will show. Okay, so desktop version is still there, and it shows on desktop, but it's hidden for the mobile view. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to click save. And yeah, I just finished designing the home page mobile and tablet basically version, because like I said, tablet will show the mobile version. So you don't even need to edit tablet. So don't even worry about clicking on it. Don't even worry what it shows. Don't even worry about it. And like I said, now if I ever make changes on the desktop version to if I make changes on the desktop version to this like area, right? Well, it's not going to change on this mobile only one. It's going to change on this hidden one because that's the desktop version. So anytime you make changes now to any block on your desktop, if you don't have a mobile only version for it, then it's going to port over and it'll switch over. But if you're noticing that the words are not updating on mobile then, or pictures or whatever you did to your desktop site, if you didn't do it to the mobile because you had a mobile only version for that, it's not going to update unless you go on here on mobile and you change it yourself and update it, okay? With anything that you add on desktop. So that's basically how you do it. So it looks a lot better now. It looks a lot better than it did when we first started. So that's basically how you do this. I hope that this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to, you can message aspirebuilder.com by going to aspirebuilder.com, and you can click on the chat button. We have a live support team, or you can comment, if this is on YouTube, you can comment in the comments and ask some questions. But yeah, we're always here to help. Hopefully this video really explained in depth how to do the mobile. I understand it can be a little confusing at first, but hopefully once I've gone through this, it makes more sense. So yay. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.